Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all is well. I'm the Hoop Addict because I'm absolutely addicted to the game of basketball. If you end up enjoying this video, be free to give me a thumbs up and click that subscribe button if you enjoy basketball. It's simple. If you enjoy the game of basketball, you can subscribe to my channel. I may have different perspectives than you, but who doesn't at the end of the day? And I'm going to be talking about the New Orleans Pelicans. I really believe they've one of the most exciting young cores in the NBA. They have a very bright future. I love their coaching staff. I love what Willie Green is doing, and I even think they could be very competitive this upcoming season. No one expected what they did this past season. That was insane, going on to lose Alonzo Ball in free agency to the Chicago Bulls. Your top player or your number one overall pick, Zion Williamson, not staying healthy, being out of shape, just popping up in rumors and just a bunch of drama going on. And the Pelicans got off to a really rocky start. Some people thought they're just going to tank, get a top draft pick, but Willie Green's like, nope. I'm all about the culture. I'm trying to win basketball games. And despite them getting off to a very shaky start, second half of the season, they absolutely turned it around, made it to the play-in. You saw Jose Alvarado. You saw Brandon Ingram have a career year. They acquired CJ McCollum. Like, Jonas Valanciunas did his thing. Like, Herb Jones wasn't even just one of the best offensive rookies. He was one of the best defensive players in the league, period. You had Devontae Graham doing his thing. Like, Trey Murphy. This is an exciting young Pelicans group, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to do moving forward. Jackson Hayes kind of had a resurgence in his career. I was starting to be concerned about Jackson Hayes in the NBA, but Willie Green and his overall coaching staff has put this Pelicans team in the position to be successful. So you go on to dominate the San Antonio Spurs in the play-in, which I didn't like because I'm a big Keldon Johnson fan. I'm not a Spurs fan, but I really do like Keldon Johnson. I liked him coming out of Kentucky. Congratulations on the contract. Very well deserved. I think he's a very fundamental player that's going to continue to get better. Then you go on to go in the first round of the playoffs. You know, you're playing the first seed. No one expects you to even win 2 games in that matchup. You take the Phoenix Suns, a team that just went to the finals the previous year. You took them to 6 games. Yes, they did get mollywopped by the Mavericks in the second round of the playoffs, you know. Like, no one expected it to be that much of a dominant game, like, which the Dallas Mavericks put on display with Brunson, Dinwiddie, Kleba, Luka. It was just an absolute disgusting game. But for you to go from struggling, turning it around, you overcame some adversity, destroying the Spurs, you have no more Lonzo, you don't even have Zion, it was just freaking insane to see. I'm like, if this team could be healthy, Zion can come back motivated, the Pelicans could be scary, because we learned some things in that playoff series that Herb Jones is a dog on defense. We knew that, but even in the big moments, this dude, this team is not rattled. This team is not scared. Jose Alvarado picks up guys full court. He picked Chris Paul's pocket. You know, he was doing this thing. You guys watched that playoff series. CJ McCollum is a dog. Brandon Ingram is a dog. We knew that. But this team was just so much fun to watch because they were competing. They were mentally tough. They didn't look like a team that had no experience. And what I mean by that is when the young guys were out there, they weren't scared of shit. They were like, we're trying to rip your soul out. We're trying to upset you. And they damn near did that. You got to give credit to this Pelicans team for being physical, even the Jonas Valanciunas of the world. And then you go on this offseason. Maybe it wasn't some crazy offseason, but you take a look at their draft. I like the E.J. Little coming out of Ohio State. But who could really skyrocket or really raise the ceiling of this team even more? You got this guy in the lottery, Dyson Daniels, out of G League Ignite in. They have the right coach to put him in the position to be successful. A Fred Vincent, one of the best shooting coaches in the NBA, because you look at their future projected starting lineup. I'm not saying it's going to be this upcoming season. I know Dyson Daniels also went on to tweak his ankle, or he twisted his ankle, but he should be ready for training camp, the latest reports that I have seen. But could you imagine a CJ McCollum, Dyson Daniels, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas potential lineup in a couple of years? The only reason I put Dyson Daniels at that 2 is because Dyson Daniels is bigger when it comes to that 2 position. He's damn near 6'8", huge guard, and he's going to have the ball in his hands. You know, it's a positionless league. We've seen guys labeled as a 2. We've seen guys labeled as a 3, but they have the ball in their hands most of the time. And what he's able to do with the basketball is truly special that we're going to be getting into. But then you take a look at the overall depth. You'll have a Herb Jones coming off the bench. You'll have a Trey Murphy coming off the bench. Devontae Graham. You'll have Jackson Hayes coming off the bench. Jose Alvarado, you'll have some nice depth on that Pelicans team. I don't know if it'll be the same in a couple years. You know, you never know in the NBA. Guys go on to get traded. But with the coaching staff of Willie Green, so getting into Dyson Daniels, he makes everyone around him better when you watched him at G League. I wish we got to see more out of him in the Summer League, but we should be able to watch him in the preseason because Dyson Daniels is a damn near wizard with the basketball. You know, he reads the floor like a beast. He recognizes when guys are cutting. He does a good job manipulating defenders with his eyes. He does a good job dribble penetrating, kicking it outside of the perimeter. He just has an elite vision, elite feel for someone his age. He's not even 20 years of age yet. So he could pass that basketball, made a lot of guys around him better. You know, he's also athletic. He's big. He has a chance to be a versatile defender. He's one of the best defenders coming out of that draft class. He could rebound the basketball. He could damn near do everything. Maybe you could say his ball handling needs to get better. You want that on a string more. How's his shot creation going to be off the bounce when it comes to all three levels? He has a soft touch around the basket. And maybe he looks a little robotic sometimes out there on the floor. But this team complements him so well because you're not asking him to be an elite scorer on this team in the future when you have McCollum who can get his bucket from all three levels. Brandon Ingram, Zion could dominate you inside. We'll see if it's Jonas Valanciunas moving forward. Maybe they're trying to groom a Jackson Hayes to be that five in the future. But Dyson Daniels just has such an elite feel, and it's just gonna. I'm not gonna he kind of reminds me of Lonzo, which is funny. I don't know how his motor's gonna be. He played with a pretty high motor when it came to G League Ignite. But anyway, what was his Achilles heel coming out of G League Ignite? Shooting only 30% from downtown. You know, he improved when it came to the tail end of the G League Ignite season. But Fred Vincent, I'm bringing up, one of the best shooting coaches in the NBA. This dude has damn near perfected almost everyone's jump shot, or has skyrocketed the potential out of everyone's jump shot. And if Dyson Daniels, if he becomes a threat outside on the perimeter, his game's going to be nasty and open up so much for this Pelicans team that they're going to be like, oh no, Daniels with his size, he could attack the basket, shoot the three. Oh my God, that's going to open up things for CJ. It's going to open up things for Ingram. Zion on the inside. Could you imagine him running in transition? His feel with Zion, with McCollum, with Ingram, finding Jonas inside. Jonas Valanciunas. I think that's just freaking nasty out there on the basketball floor. Obviously, everything needs to break right. You know, the NBA draft is a crapshoot. You never know. Obviously, they're investing a lot of time, but Daniels is a special talent, and his mechanics look pretty good. But getting it to Fred Vincent's clients or guys that have come over to the Pelicans when Fred Vincent has been the shooting coach. So Quincy Pondexter in college wasn't known as a great three-point shooter. Only shot 32.7% from downtown, but then after becoming a part of Fred Vincent, when he was with the Pelicans, 35.6%. Tyreek Evans before, 27.6% from three. After, or now or whatever, 34.7. Well, I should say after, because he's not in the league anymore. But going from 27.6 to 34.7, Lonzo Ball was one of the worst three-point shooters in the league his first couple years after thriving at UCLA. When he was with the Lakers, he was struggling big time with his mechanics. Shot 31.5. You see his mechanics look different. Now he's one of the most efficient shooting guards shooting guards in the league, shooting 38.7 when healthy. We know his dominance on the defense side of the basketball as well, but going from 31.5% to 38.7%, and then Brandon Ingram, 32.9% with the Lakers, post 37.3% in his Pelicans career. Herb Jones, college, coming out of Alabama, 28.8%, now 33.7%. Dyson Daniels, will see what goes on to happen. His Achilles heel is the three ball, and I just think the Pelicans, they're setting their team up to be in the position to be successful. You got to give credit to the New Orleans Pelicans. Obviously, Zion Williamson needs to have his head in the game. He needs to be in good shape, but they have the talent. They have the depth, and I'm excited to see what the Pelicans do. I'm not saying they're going to go to the finals in a couple of years, but they're going to be a very exciting team to watch. Let me know down below your thoughts. I really appreciate your support. Subscribe for more content. Peace out, y'all.